bike hike. It's the almost bike hike that we're doing today, and we got. Don't forget, Cindy is with us here, and we're going to talk to her a little bit today, and let her tell us about the Randolph County Learning Center and what we're doing today, Miss Cindy.
That sounds. Oh, and I get to hold the mic.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you,
hold
thank
it,
you,
yeah.
thank you. So, well, I do want to say, Don and Robin. I always say the Don and Robin show, but I mean, hello, you can't forget me, right? It's the Don, Robin, and Cindy show. So, as they said earlier, I did have a large coffee. So, if I'm gonna try not to talk a mile a minute, Don. I can do it now. I can do it. So there you go. But and like I said, y'all, this is our 49th annual bike hike. And Dawn, I know we've talked about this too before, but it's not just today. I mean, it's a lot of events that end up today. Today is our celebration day, and today is the day that we say, okay, we're here, we're support the Learning Center. I mean, it's the day that we just celebrate people that attend the center. The people, just so and sometimes it gets rained out. I think I've been here 24 years, my 24th bike hike, and I think it's the third one that's been right. We've kind of had to do at a different time or different way. And I know Robin's probably already hit on the warm up. We had always had the warm up, and when I came, we had it. They were back to back.
Yeah.
We had warm up on Friday,
Yeah.
and bike hike on Saturday,
Yeah.
and then we had a storm, and we couldn't have bike hike that day, so we had to wait till the next week. And thought, oh, that's kind of nice to have a week in between.
I think we actually ran from a hurricane one
Yes,
year.
Yep, we did. I think that's the year. So yes. So, but today we're out here. We would love for you to come by and register for prizes. We don't have the bouncy house. We don't have the face painting. We don't have the guy coming with the ices. We don't have all of that because like y'all said earlier too, we had to make a call yesterday, and basically they kind of, I hate to say this, but the vendors made the call for us as far as coming, because they just said we're going to go ahead, and because they had to prepare ahead of time, so they made the call themselves and just said we're not going to come, we're not going to be able to, because in case it does rain, we just don't want to get our stuff out in the rain, and we understand that. We definitely do. So but we are glad to have you here today, Don. We are, and we said this is wonderful because now we can reach the public, and have it on the air. So I have told my family to be watching, so they better be. Any of the Overtons, Cofields, Nards, all y'all better be watching out there, okay? Be watching us. But if you would like to come by and register for prizes, we are going to start giving some prizes away about 9 o'clock. We like I said, today's just a day of celebration, and be honest with you, it's just kind of an easy, laid-back bike hike day today. I think I like this.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, I mean, we're just
make no habit out of it,
Yeah.
but it's kind of nice. So,
But yeah, we've had all kind of weather events over the year. I can remember, and I know Robin's probably going to tell this story before we get out of here today. Back in the day, and I'm talking way back in the day. I believe it was '92 or '93, which was my
Snow Jam '93.
It was my first or second year with bike hiking in Randolph County. I worked at the radio station at that time. Back in that time, the station was right across the street from the Learning Center, and we got a brand new radar. Oh yeah, we got that brand new weather radar, man. You couldn't tell me nothing. You hear me?
I
It was
hear you, I hear you.
that was high tech
Can't
stuff.
tell you nothing, but
That was high tech stuff back in the day. We were all glued around that thing on bike hike day, watching to see, one little bitty speck of green show up. Oh, there it is. There's rain. Yeah, absolutely we did. We had high tech stuff to look at the weather, but we've run from hurricanes, rain. I think we've had heat problems. We've had just about everything except the volcano, and that might be next.
It might be next. Hey, you never know with this weather and how things are crazy around here.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, and it is kind of quiet out here. Like I said, we don't have the ambulance service. We don't have Ronald Cameron with the fire truck. And we don't have the rescue squad. It is kind of quiet. We don't have the Treadwell with his drone. Going and checking the trail, and even Shannon Holloway from the city of Roanoke has said she was going to be in the little side by side if anybody needed to be picked up. So she was kind of disappointed she wouldn't get to ride that. And I told her, well, come on down, we'll ride. She can ride us around. We'll ride the route up and down. So Shannon, if you're listening, you come on in the side by side and you can ride us up and down the road. We'll act like we've been somewhere. We'll do that. But seriously, y'all, if you want to come by, please come by and register for some prizes and turn in your pledges, and also get a T-shirt. We still got some shirts left, and like I said, they're pretty shirts this year. Robin always does a great job designing the shirts, Don. We have a lot of people that brag on our shirts. They really do, and we always kind of of joke that, our shirts are better than Valley Haven, but they really are. I mean, no, I'm teasing, but we do enjoy some competition with Valley Haven. We can't help it. Can't help it.
Yeah, and we also, don't forget, we've got the NOAA weather radios. All you have to do is come by and register. We've already had several people stop by this morning and register for the NOAA weather radios. And you can register two different ways. You don't even have to get out of your vehicle. We got curb service out here this morning. All you got to do is pull up. We'll come out to the car with a QR code. You scan it with your phone. It'll ask you just a couple of basic information. You'll put that in, and then when we start drawing, you'll be registered. Or you can get out, and we'll do the neck hug and the handshake thing. And we've got some cards you can fill out, and we can actually register you that way too. So we're making it easy for you this morning. All you have to do is come by and stop for just a minute or two and show your support for the Learning Center, and then register for those NOAA weather radios. I'll get on my soapbox just for a second. Everybody needs a NOAA weather radio in their home. And they especially need one sitting on their nightstand right next to their bed, because that thing will wake the dead at 2 o'clock in the morning when severe weather. It is very loud, and that's the standard. You got to have a NOAA weather radio in your house. Apps on your phone are great, and I encourage you to do that as well, and have multiple good sources of severe weather information. But you got to have that NOAA weather radio. That's where it all starts. That is the basic foundation for getting good information during times of severe weather, and that's what you need is to survive severe weather. 90% of surviving severe weather events is simply situational awareness. Know what's going on around you. If you know what's happening, then you can protect yourself and your family. If you don't have a clue what's going on, then that's where most people get into trouble with severe weather. So come by and register for the NOAA weather radios that we're giving away here today, and show your support for the Randolph County Learning Center. And this is it's such a huge event every year. It's kind of the nucleus of Randolph County. The Learning Center is, Cindy, and everybody gets behind the Learning Center every year, and without the community support, there's no way the Learning Center could survive. And the Learning Center provides such a great valued service for the Randolph County community.
Right, and it does, Donna, and that's just what amazes me is the community support that we have. But I will tell you this, it didn't start out that way. When we got started, a lot of times and I'll just be honest with you, Robin is a wonderful director, and she's going to kill me for saying all this good stuff about her. But when she came 37 years ago, 36 years ago, she came and she was like, what are we doing sitting in this building? What are we doing just hanging right here? Yeah. So she got us out in the community. She said, we're going to get out in the community. We're going to get out, and we're going to give back to the community. If we expect the community to support us, well, we've got to support the community. So now, we have some that volunteer. We have some that volunteer at the Christian Service Center that's next door to us. We used to volunteer at the animal shelter. We don't do that as much anymore. I think it's just a little harder to get up there. But anyway, they would go and just, but we donate. We donate to the little food bank thing, the little pantry. They call it mini pantry, up there. And we do that in honor of Linda Hurst. I don't know if you remember her or not, but Miss Linda, precious lady. And and she loved us. Miss Linda loved us, and you better believe it. And she always, supported us. And so we, that was important to her, was to make sure everybody was fed. So we always, we support that in our memory of her. And but like I said, we have such wonderful support. I mean, we have schools that fight against each other to win the most money. Night and Low is and then I'm just going to give a shout out to Miss Tiffany Russian and her third grade rock stars. Miss Tiffany starts early. She's like, okay, what day can we start? Raising money, because she wants to make sure she wins. And usually the third grade Miss Tiffany does win. And they won a pizza party yesterday, and they were all excited about that. And those kids. But like I said, we have the schools. We have county schools too that give us support. And even though they have a lot going on themselves, I mean, they still give us that support and still do for us. And then the daycares, we have the daycares that help, and I could just I'm going to miss somebody, I know, if I keep on and on, but it's just great. I mean, and the Pizza Hut ladies, I mean, they were going to come today and give out pizzas, about 10 o'clock, and so we kind of said, well, with not having anybody, but they can bring us a pizza. Okay, Bree and Brandy, y'all can bring me and Dawn a pizza. We like cheese and pepperoni. It doesn't matter.
Turn down no kind of food, especially pizza.
There you go. So one or two, maybe two pizzas would do us. Would do us. So no, but but we just, I mean, just everybody. It's so wonderful that people call us now and say, "What can we do? How can we help? What can we do?" And of course, I have to say, social media has really helped us stay more connected with the community. We keep our stuff on there, and that's another thing too. If you don't like us on Facebook, go to Randolph County Learning Center and like us, okay? Like us, because we're always going and doing. And if you have any opportunities for us to volunteer, call us, But like I said, the community is so wonderful. We have such wonderful community support. We just couldn't thank the community enough for what all they do for us. I tell you, they really do. And oh, there comes John Owens up now. He's driving up right now. He's the one that loves bike hiking. He loves, I tell you. And then and I know you've been seeing that about Samantha and Nancy. Not Nancy, that's her daughter. Melissa Hughes and
Yes.
Dr. Sam Baggett had their little Auburn, Alabama competition. Well, Melissa Hughes blew it out of the water this year. That girl did over $11,000, Don.
wow.
Over $11,000. So Samantha had to wear Alabama.
Yeah.
Instead of her, because Melissa, she
Well,
wasn't wearing no Auburn. She meant it. So
And let me just say this right here. Y'all know where my allegiance is.
Yeah, we
But you walk up here with 11,000, I'll put on an Alabama
Wouldn't
shirt.
you, though?
Absolutely,
Hey,
I would.
Yeah, there you go. Y'all heard that. That's your challenge. Anybody come in with $11,000, Don's gonna put on an Alabama dress.
And I might even say those ugly words too.
Oh yeah, I know, right. He might. So, but we're gonna have John to come right here and wave at everybody. Come here, John. We're just talking about. This is John Owens. Hey, John, can you bend down a little bit? Bend down so everybody. There you go, John. Wave at everybody. Wave at the camera. There you go. So, John, I tell you, John is a true Auburn fan. So he come and give Samantha a pledge, didn't you, John? He come in, just give us the money. He said, "Put it on Samantha." He didn't want her to have to wear no ugly Alabama, did you? But she didn't. I mean, I know, John. Next year we're gonna have to think about that early, aren't we? Raise her some more money, aren't we? So he would love it if she was. So it's just fun things like that, Don, that people get into it. And in the years past, we've had the Alabama Power people, Stanley Yarber, he would grease a pole, and they would have competitions who could get to the top of the pole the quickest. Just, competitions back and forth, and it was just always a wonderful, fun way to support the Learning Center. Just a fun way.
It is, and it's such a social event. I keep saying this every year, but it brings the county and the community together. In today's modern world, we have all this technology, and it's so easy, and you see people do it all the time. I'm just as guilty. You see people doing this all the time. They're on their phone. They're not communicating. They're not talking. You lose a lot in translation when you're doing this texting stuff. You lose the context of what you're trying to say. But the Randolph County Learning Center is just such a great nucleus for the community, because it for lack of better words, it's an excuse to be together, to have fun and do fun things, just like what we're doing here this morning. This is my excuse to be able to come back to a place that I call home. I wasn't born in Randolph County. I was born in Autauga County, born and raised in Prattville, but I lived in Roanoke and Randolph County for 22 years before I left and moved to North Georgia. So the bike hike gives me an excuse to come back and hang with the folks I love, my family and friends, and it's just such a huge family atmosphere, and it's all surrounding the Randolph County Learning Center. And I think that's part of what makes the center so successful, and the support each year so successful for the center. Even through the COVID years, you did well.
We did. In fact, we kind of worried, about it a little bit, that the people were still not going to give.
I was worried about it.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, and I'm just going to say this, I say what I think, so I might as well go ahead and say it, but those stimulus checks, I think they helped us, Don, because people they got it, and people would give us and say, hey, I got this stimulus check, and, I really didn't, and they would give us money, and it was just so wonderful, and we just felt so blessed, because we thought, oh, no, this is going to hurt us, but it didn't. Now, we did only raise $80,000 that year, but let me tell you, $80,000. You know what we did with $80,000? We put it in, and that's another thing we talked about, where the bike hike money goes. I don't know. Robin's probably talked about that, but it does go into our general operating fund to allow us to continue providing the services. Not only, and I know you see us at restaurants eating out, and we, but it doesn't only just pay for the meals, to eat out and the fun, but it does enable them to go places, to do things that they want to do, and we also do help take them to doctor's appointments, and if there's any additional charge there, we cover that, and we actually do things for the ones we serve. Like I said, we've had one or two there that has said we're family there. I mean, we've had one that says, it's just an extension of his family, and we feel like we're family. We really do, because, when you're with somebody that long and you're there, and Donna, I'll just tell you this, we've had people to say, oh, there's a special place in heaven for you that work with people like that. And we're like, people like what? You know what I mean? I mean, we know. No, if you're saved, you're going to heaven. But, it's not that there's a special place for us, because what are we? We're just people but we do have the best staff, I will tell you that. We do have a wonderful staff that will give of their time. They'll give of they give of their time, their talent, their money. They do things, when they take to camp on Sundays, go pick up on Fridays, they take sometimes for the weekend camp on Friday afternoon, and they give of their time, and it's nothing extra there for them, but they do it because they care for the ones that we serve. So, we have a really wonderful group, and like I said, we're like family. We are, and I could keep on going on about that stuff. So, but we do have a wonderful group, and we like I said, we enjoy the ones that we have, and we have actually had parents to tell us that my child's not going to eat that. You're going to have to cook something special. He's not going to eat that. But then when they come there and they see their peers eating, good old food, they eat. I mean, they're going to do the same thing. And we've had one that says, "Oh, mine only eats chicken nuggets. He won't even hardly touch a chicken nugget now. He's so used to eating all that good stuff, So it's just they come to the Learning Center. They're treated like adults. They do, with their peers. They do adult things. They're exposed to the adult world, and town, just things and people. And people, and it's like I said, we just have a wonderful, wonderful place there, and we enjoy it. And we have a lady here. Hopefully, she's going to sign up for good. So that's what, like Dawn said, y'all be sure to come by and sign up. And my parents got one last year here, and Corey, your son, set it up for them. Well, she's told me, she said, Cindy, it's not going off. We don't have. Well, Dawn, they didn't have it on. Yeah. So if you get one, you have to cut it on, okay? Yeah. So once they cut it on, now it goes off, and it has been great for them. So definitely come by and sign up to win a NOAA radio. Yeah. There you go. You go.
All right, thank you, Cindy. Weather has just been fantastic so far. We've got a light breeze. It's just the temperature's been perfect. Like I said, yesterday, driving down I-20 trying to get down here, it was pouring down rain. Robin and I were texting back and forth trying to figure out what to do about today's festivities. And, of course, she had to make a decision. Y'all had to make a decision. And with the information we had at the moment, when it was time to make that decision, there was a chance that we would have a window of opportunity, but there was an equal chance that we would be in the middle of a monsoon. Thank you so much. And the Heard County Sheriff's Office, how about that? And folks over in Franklin, Georgia, appreciate that. Yeah, and so the two options we had was what we got or a monsoon, and we were afraid that there was a better chance of a monsoon than what we actually ended up with. So we had to make that decision. Yeah, and unfortunately, we don't have any. Well, fortunately, we don't have any rain this morning. It's staying south of us. And speaking of which, let me just go ahead and show you what's going on with the radar this morning. Big thunderstorm stretching from about Augusta, Georgia, all the way back down to Savannah, and then back through middle Georgia into Albany and into southeast Alabama. Really big thunderstorms down there around Eufaula, back down to just north of Dothan. Out there on the Ross Clark Circle on the north side of Dothan, just pouring rain at the moment, all the way back up to around Headland at 431. And things are getting a little bit better in Opp and Enterprise at the moment. But then big thunderstorms pick up again around Andalusia and stretching back down to Panama City and then out into the Gulf of Mexico. Things are improving a little bit also in the Mobile area. And then more storms back toward New Orleans. We think as the day goes along, some of that stuff might start to migrate a little bit further to the north. Actually, as I say that, I'm beginning to see some bigger cells develop now just south and southeast of Montgomery out there just to the east of Pike Road. And then some light showers developing also in extreme western Lee County around Notasulga and then back over into central Tallapoosa County, and Extreme Southwest Chambers. So we could see some development in this general area. And, of course, we're sitting right up here at Roanoke. So the showers are just south of us. They've stayed south of us all morning. So you still got time to come out while it is rain-free and hang out with us here at the Roanoke Rec Center on West Point Street in Roanoke. You see those Roanoke Sports Complex signs all over town. Just follow those if you're not familiar with the area, and that'll bring you right up to the sports complex, and you'll see the rec center right here on West Point Street. Register for those NOAA weather radios. We're going to start giving them away. Next hour, we'll give one away in maybe two, so we'll see how that goes. And get your T-shirts, your Bike Hike shirts if you hadn't already picked those up. And we've got some other goodies we're going to be giving away as well. So come by and hang out with us. We're going to be broadcasting live from time to time over the next couple of hours or so and having a good time as we celebrate the Randolph County Learning Center on the almost Bike Hike Day at the Roanoke Rec Center on Dr.